There we go. All right. So if you're joining me live, hashtag live. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know you're here. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics. We're going to talk about AI because if you joined the workshop last week, you already know that's one of my favorite topics. I love technology using new tech like AI. Well, it's not new, and I also like data. Okay. So my name is Stacy, for those who are new here, Stacy, and I am a nonprofit consultant. I help smaller nonprofits that are at least making 50K or about that to 300K grow and scale through strategic planning and capacity building. So today, I just wanted to come on here and talk about how I cheat code, use AI to help me write grant narratives and secured two grants worth 400K in September, so this past September. So if you are not familiar with AI, it is a tool, a great tool that I love using that is able to follow prompts and help you generate answers to what you want. You can ask AI to write you a meal plan. You can ask AI to do so much for you, but the way I use it a nonprofit, with the nonprofit industry is for grant writing and to write documents that are that go beyond me, because then that's a lot of writing. So it does help for that and provides like something to start with so you don't have to start from scratch. And how I use it with grants is ensuring that my grant applications are aligning with the funder priorities. I'm following instructions. Hey, Tiana. I'm following instructions and the narrative makes sense. So it is very possible to do that using ChatGPT or whatever other AI you use. I use Claude AI and ChatGPT because it depends on the language. I'll use one or the other. The grants I'm talking about, I use Claude AI only for those. So for those two grant applications, one of them was submitted let me see, I see Tiana submitted something. Let me click on it. But one of them was submitted on the 18th of September, and we heard back on, I think, September 27th that they accepted. Like it was, they sent us a letter of intent and things like that. So it was from, because then that day that I submitted it, I'm not gonna lie, that's the day I started the application. And so that just goes to show you. Ooh, Tiana, yeah, we gotta talk about that. Okay. Yeah, let's definitely talk about that. Because then I went on there, but yeah, I need to look more into it. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I hope you're on the call today, because then let's talk. Yeah, so that grant that I submitted on the 18th, I actually started working on it literally 2 hours before it was due. That was the procrastinator and me, because there was a lot happening that day. But that goes to show you that just using AI as a tool can not only fast track the process for you, but it can like improve your strategy if you know what the prompts should be. And over the last 2 years, that's what I try to perfect is the prompts I'm feeding my AI. So my ChatGPT, Claude AI started using recently, but it's the same concept. If you have a good prompt, it will generate quality output. It's all about the input. So the input is what you tell it to do. And that's why last week in the workshop, there was a day dedicated on how to use AI to write compelling grant narratives or grant applications, because AI not only can help you with the narratives, but also the budget if you know what to tell it, because it's really all about what you tell the AI, because it's only an extension of you. It really does not do anything beyond what you're asking it to do. It can support the work that you're doing. Okay. So yeah, so the one that I submitted on 9/18 was 100K, which got approved. And there was another one, outreach and engagement grant that I submitted at the beginning or yeah, beginning of September. It was due at the beginning of September. That one was 300,000. So that one was 300,000, 200 for programmatic, and then 100 for, I wouldn't call it stipends, but for the youth that we would be engaging in the program and the project. So that one as well, I use AI to assist because in every part I was very specific. Because then once you have information about your organization, your data, your metrics, it's all about putting it together and using AI to do the work for you and making sure that you go through it. You go through whatever it's spitting out and not perfecting, but like fine-tuning it a bit because AI has a tendency, the language that ChatGPT sometimes gives, I'm like, I don't speak like that. Like a bunch of like words, like the word thrive, as much as sometimes it's in the right context, but I don't like using it anymore. I use it because that's the best word in the situation, but AI has a tendency to use the same words over and over. So oftentimes, if I see someone wrote with AI, I can spot it a mile away because they didn't even do their due diligence to clean up whatever they're copying and pasting. So that's what I don't want my clients and anybody I am helping to do. Like you need to learn how to clean up the prompts, or not the prompts, the output that AI is giving you. Because if you do not, what happens is that the funders that are reading your grant application can tell if I can spot an AI response. What do you think about them? Colleges do that now. They have a program to run papers in to see if AI wrote it. If they can do that, funders, people, they're smart people. A lot of them are smart people. They can spot it. So if you use it, I want it to be as a tool on how to give you the foundation that you need so you can build from there. Because whatever it gives you, it's not going to be perfect from job. It's going to look perfect because it's nothing you've written. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is great. Yes, yes, I hear you. It's good that you have a starting point, but now the work starts. Now you're going to need to go through it and make sure every detail is something that makes sense because the other thing, it will create the programs, it will make stuff up if you do not feed it the right information. So that's exactly why I created the prompts, the grant writing prompts to give you a head start. But in addition to that, it's like if you get the training, the grant writing training, I teach you how to circumvent some of these issues where AI is making up the data for you or things that you can do to fix that because yeah, it's gonna make it up for you. And I told the students last week, the attendees, that I talked to my AI. I tell it stop making things up. This did not happen. Can you just like, can you be real now? This is what we did. Can you rewrite and put this information in there? And it will do that. It's just a matter of the prompts. Like definitely like the AI powered grant writing prompts, they are not they're they are like the best thing for you to use right now if you have limited capacity in your organization and you want to submit more grant applications. Because when diversifying, I understand grant writing is something that you still want to include in your fundraising strategy, but you need to streamline the process. You can't be spending like 80% of your time writing grants because you're so focused on writing grants, you're not focused on anything else in your fundraising strategy. So get AI as a tool because that's what it's going to do. It's going to help you. It's going to help you um, improve your strategy, fast track like the amount of time that you're spending. Because then 66% of organizations they experience 66% improved time, they get more 66% of their time back with AI with grant writing. Because then I think that, not I think, that is this, I know it's 66%, but they got their time back. That's what's important. Getting your time back. Because if you're here complaining you're doing everything in everyone's job and your nonprofit and you're not using AI to help you, that's a big red flag. Because smaller nonprofits, you have to start using technology to help you get ahead. Because if you're not using the technology the right way, you just think, oh, I'm going to use AI and I'm going to do this, but nothing's happening. You're not growing, you're not scaling, you're not seeing a change in your nonprofit organization. That's because you're not using it right. So you have to start thinking, how can I use AI to do to help me with this? Because it's definitely a problem and it's definitely something I struggle with. So how can I use it? Or what are prompts? Or where can I learn how to provide it the information that it needs to improve my grant writing? Okay, because it can save you time, it can improve your proposals, it can boost your chances of winning funding. This is definitely a way to take the stress out of grant writing. And that's why I stress to my clients to like use AI where you can to help you with the workload. Because in a lot of the writing that happens or the research that happens, you can even use it to research and find grants. Because you may have like a database, like membership that you're using, but sometimes you can give it like a prompt to find a few grants for you that are still active. And that's something I want you to start recognizing. AI can be used to your benefit. You just have to know how to use it. And that's why I created these prompts, these grant writing prompts. Let me open it and tell you what kind of prompts are on there. So you have a prompt to strengthen alignment with funders. So it basically helps the AI look at your application and the funder's request to determine if there's alignment or if there's anything you need to improve in your application. There's a prompt on there on how to complete grant applications or have AI complete it for you. But again, I always suggest reviewing the information to ensure that it is complete and correct and you have everything that you want on there and you're satisfied with the language. I also have a prompt on there for you to find grant opportunities and what to look for, creating a budget breakdown, making your application more persuasive. And then there is a prompt for, oh, I put creating a budget breakdown twice, but that's not budget breakdown. I'll fix that. But yes, these are the things I want you to start considering and start thinking about because AI is not your enemy. It is definitely a way to support what you're doing. So I want you to use it for your benefit. And I put the link for the AI powered grant writing prompts in the comments. So if you do not have your copy yet, it is $9.99. Go ahead and grab your copy because this is going to be a tool that you can use. And this is a working document. So I suggest every month, go ahead and like in your email, make a new copy and you'll probably see changes on there because I'm going to keep updating it to ensure that you're able to use it in a way that, or you can always use it and there's always going to be some updated prompts on there. So definitely continue checking it after you purchase it. It's going to keep updating. And I'm not going to leave you to dry. So I'm going to keep updating it every time I find a prompt that works best for me. I'm going to let you know it's going to be on there. And if you do not know how to use it, get the training. Get the training on how to use AI for grant writing because this training is a recording of the workshop where there's examples and I'm guiding attendees on how to use it. And that kind of support you do not get. So you'll be able to follow examples and do it yourself as well. So definitely get yourself the training and get the prompts and start working on that. Okay. And when you get the training, you also get a bonus grant calendar template. So you can start organizing your grants on there. So get yourself your copy. And I'm going to Yeah, I'm gonna be here. So I'm gonna be on the computer for a couple more hours. So if you have any questions about this, definitely let me know. And don't forget the link is in the comments. I'll see you soon and thank you so much for joining me. It was a short live, I'm not gonna lie. My head is hurting this morning. So we'll talk soon. Bye everybody.